what is important is let's discuss Nigeria. Whether we are going to do coalition or not, let's talk about the future of the country. Because often we abandon the country and what we need to do, talking about power grab. I'm not interested in any coalition that is for purpose of taking power. It is about discussing Nigeria. How do we care about securing Nigeria? How do we care about the common person in Nigeria? How do we care about our children being in school? That is the most important thing for now. That's what we need to remove. Because what you're doing is that you're encouraging stealing of public money. Because if I steal it and use it to win an election, then I get all the powers and everything, including immunity, not to be prosecuted. So we must stop it. That is what is driving the stealing.
Okay, saying very little but saying so much. Saying very little but saying so much, because this is so much, right? If you recall, prior to 2015 elections, the PDP was the party in power in the central government, from Olusegun Obasanjo to Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, and then Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, right? And then at that point, the former president Muhammadu Buhari, which I'm regretting adding president to that, former Muhammadu Buhari, local government chairman that was in Aso Rock, for example, had contested the 2003 elections, lost 2007 elections, lost 2011 elections. They even threatened that there will be blood on the street, backbone and all of that, would do all that, and then he lost. And so at that time, he now declared that he was going to stop contesting. Then Bola Ahmed Tinubu put all these acts together. Atiku Abubakar, that has been a long-time enemy of Olusegun Obasanjo and always wanted to be president. Muhammadu Buhari, of course, the ANPP, the AC at the time, the CPC, a fraction of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, and a fraction of the People's Democratic Party that was led by 5 sitting governors and marshaled by Rotimi Amici. Of course, you see the replica of that in the last election when Wike almost did same with 5 governors. So they formed the APC prior to 2015 elections and then gave Muhammadu Buhari a ticket. And by our own analysis, Muhammadu Buhari was brought in because of his charisma, his northern influence and capacity, because of course the North wanted Jonathan to get out of power so they can complete the eight-year term of Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. So it was a coalition to take power from the PDP without any actual plan to give governors a chance or do better than the PDP. So it was all desperation to take power from the PDP. And that worked. They used their metrics, used a few media propaganda, used a few insecurity issues, heated the polity, heightened the pains and the drama. That doesn't mean that Jonathan was running on the best government. It also had its own issues. However, if you now compare what Jonathan's issues were and what Buhari and Tinubu has brought onto hardship on Nigeria, it was just a pin in an ocean, so to speak. So at the end of the day, this is running for the 12th year after 12th year. Yes, by 2027 to be the 12th year after the takeover of power, and the APC is here to produce any year that can beat the worst year of the PDP government. So you see, the coalition itself was only to gain power and not to solve the problems of Nigeria. That's what Peter Obi is saying here. That it is okay to say Tinubu is causing us hardship and all of that. But if all of this drama is going to end with arithmetic and mathematics of collecting power without a proper delineation, arrangement, strategy of how this power will be used to offer quality leadership and good governance to the people, then call me out. Because at the end of the day, we will just be desperate politicians that think that the ball is not on our table, or want the ball, or want to be on the dining table, for example, want to turn the table for us to have the meal on our side on the dining table. They actually do worse than the people that we are pursuing. So there's no need to get involved. So for me, he thinks that everything we do should always revolve around how to make the people better. Right? There are these are two extreme sides. I will not participate, I will not be a participant of whatever process that is so focused on getting power. And that process of getting power, know that the northern equation will come to play. And a lot of the times, like I said in my last video, there are very few northern politicians available right now that have quality governance in their purview, that have quality governance in their interest. It is all about power and power and power. And when these guys get power, nepotism, bigotry, and a lot of all these things come to play. Because at the end of the day, what we are going to see is that we saw what Tinubu is doing now with the nepotistic government. We thought Buhari was nepotistic and bigoted, but Tinubu has taken nepotism and bigotry to another level. And we see that in this government, it is an all Yoruba government. Even the people in the APC are saying that there is a Yoruba APC and it is a government of Yorubas. Because, of course, Buhari did his own. So when another northerner comes to power that do not have the interest of Nigeria, then we go to see another transposition and modulation of all of these challenges, all of this nepotistic and bigotry into another level. So it is all drama. So whoever takes over from that person, another person will take it higher because everybody feel disenfranchised, feel not carried along, not having a space for conversation on the national agenda. And all of these agendas is not for how to pull the people out of poverty, build solid infrastructures, better the lives of the people, empower the people, make the country better. Everything is about power and interest and power and interest. So Peter Obi say, I don't want to be part of it. I rather fight alone than to join a coalition that the sole interest is to gain power. Because if conversations of strategic quality leadership is not on the table on the coalition, you will see that the people that they are going to give the ticket to, number one, will be mediocres. Then number two, the voices of people who think that they want to contribute to any of this on the long run will be quenched. Nobody will give you a chance because it is power. And when power is the interest, a lot of things are ignored. Just like the APC, for example. It wasn't about quality leadership. It wasn't about governance. It wasn't beating to Jonathan's record. It was all power. And so they heightened the same Tinubu that sponsored and went on to use fuel subsidy regime in 2012 to fight the city government would come in 2023 and without any form of conversation, any form of strategic planning, you put that off and sent the country into untold hard wrenching stress and hardship, that the people are now poorer than they would have been even in 20 years time if we had leadership that is smart. So God forbid bad thing. And then I think I understand with Peter Obi there, and that alone is something that we must all take into cognizance. It is not enough to say we want to sack Tinubu. Who are we sacking with? With what ideology? What is the interest? What is the plan? Right? If we don't sack, and that's why in the history of this country, the people that leave begins to do better than the people that sit. That's why the former now gets better. And then if it is against biblical understanding, biblical ideology, it is the later glory, that the later shall be greater than the former. But in Nigeria, as it were, in our political regime, we say we are done with this person. Get out, and the person leaves, and the new person comes to say, wait till be this. Apart from a few states, for example, Enugu, Abia, for example, go and check. Where in this country can you say people till today still think that Ambode 4 years was better than Sanwo-Olu's running 8 years now, for example. Fashola is still the better governor of all of the governors that have governed Lagos in the last couple of years. And it's happening everywhere, for example. So, and then so we don't want to continue to have a situation like that where the people that have governed several years ago still have better success stories than people that are governing now. And that is something that we should worry about. So I agree with Peter Obi on that. But however, I don't want Peter Obi to think that he can succeed having a solo run. While you are saying this now, it means that we must now put it to the negotiation table. I agree that Peter Obi the coalition must consider quality leadership that will produce good governance to the people. However, it must be part of the conversation, but it must happen. A coalition must happen, or else we are just joking. even if it is to challenge power for 2031, there should be a shake. There should be a thunderous shake for 2027. It must happen. No, there are no extreme sides. While Peter Obi wants to stand on this side, I agree that we should shift. All of us should have an adjustment and agree that there should be a conversation of, if we take power, what do we do? What is the ideology? What are our chances? What are our plans? What are the areas we're looking at? So that will also help to decide what the ticket should look like. So it's not just enough to go and pull a northerner that is a zombie from anywhere and say, I'm not saying northerners and zombie get the contest. A northerner that is a zombie and just pull a southerner that is a mumu and put them together and say, let's take power. No, in taking power, it must be for the benefit of the people, or else there's no need for it, because this kind of arrangement has not given us any result moving forward. I think I should stop here at this moment. So yes, I agree with Peter Obi, but I also think that he should consider seriously to joining the coalition, to ending this government. We need to end this government, and it's not just about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's about ending the reign of the evil and wicked APC. They must be stopped. We need to agree that these people understand that they don't own this country, because the way they have infiltrated our system, the way they have messed up the whole, they need to stop them, and then so that we can start, so that at least they come to it. Just like the PDP now have realized that they thought, then President Jonathan did say at some point that PDP was going to govern this country for over 60 years. The APC stopped them. Unfortunately, we don't have results to say why did the APC stop, but it's good for the political ideology of the PDP. We have realized that, you guys were running wide. Good, now the APC needs to be stopped, because the infiltrations into our system and the bastardization is getting too much. So we must reach a balance. I think that makes sense for now. I'll catch you another time. Bye for now.